Hello guys, in this tutorial I will be showing you how you can make a simple color picker project where we have a single button, and once you click on it we get a color picker here, and when you change any color it updates our background here. You can add colors here as well, you can change everything you want, and there are plenty of pickers here. This is just the one I decided to use, and I'll show you how you can use different ones as well later on in the project. So let's start by adding a container here. Okay, and then we're going to have actually, let's not add a button yet. Let's add this thing we need. So we're going to be using something called React Color. I'm going to paste a link in the description. If you guys are not on Code Sandbox and you want to install this is the thing you need. So in my case, I would go to dependencies and then just search for that. And this is the same one I just showed you. And how you import and use it is actually pretty easy. The only thing you need to import is the name of the picker. So in our case, we want to import this one, which is called Sketch Picker. And if you want to use it, it's also really simple. We can just copy this and use it here as a component with the same name. And we already have our color picker ready. It's not working, you can change the colors or anything, but it was pretty easy to add a color picker by itself. And we're also going to need a single button here. And this is just going to say open color picker. And I want to add a few styles pretty fast. So we have this centered on the page, same as I showed you in the example before. We're making the container position relative because we want to make this color picker relative to that container, or absolute to that container rather. And that's all for our styles here. So we also want to add absolute to our picker here, and the way we can add styles is we're going to type styles here, and we're going to make, let's name this like picker styles. We don't have that yet, but we're going to make it here. So this is going to be equal to an object here. Then we'll have something that's called default. And then inside of that we have something called picker. And here we're going to write our styles. So we're only going to have 3 styles right now. So that's just to get it here on top of this button. So right now the first thing we need to do is import use state hook here. And the first state we're going to need is going to keep track of our color we're going to use. And let's set this to light blue. So the other thing we need is we want to change the background of the app based on this one. So right now we want to add the background that's going to be equal to this state we have. So the background is going to be light blue at the beginning. So we're setting background to this color state, which is light blue. That's why I is light blue right now. Then the other thing we need for the sketch picker is something called color. So let me move these. And color is going to be equal to our state, which is also color. So what that does is setting this color picker color. If you wanted to start it at, like, I don't know, maybe red. If I change this to red, it's gonna start at red here inside of it. If you change it to green, starts here, and so on. So light blue is what we want. And then the last thing we need for this color picker is onChange event. That's gonna allow us to change the color whenever we move this inside of it. Right now we can't do anything still. So let's add that. So we're gonna pass an arrow function here. And this is gonna take updated color. And then we're gonna set our state, which is set color, to that updated color. And then we're gonna add a dot hex to get the hex value. And right now, that completely works. You can change the colors here, you can type your own values here, you can change it here, you can move this around. And right now we can close the button because we didn't make a state for that yet, but that's the second state we're gonna need. So we're gonna name this hidden. And we wanna set this to false at the beginning. The second thing we need is we want to be able to click on the button and toggle this state we just made. So we're going to add onClick event, pass an arrow function, and then we want to set hidden. So we don't want to set it to either true or false, we want to toggle it based on what we have here. So if this is false, we want this to be true. If this is true, we want this to be false. And how we can do that, we can pass an exclamation point and then add a state name, which is hidden. So for example, if this is false and we click the button, this becomes true. If this is true and we click the button, this becomes false. So it just toggles it. And right now, we didn't add any logic for this to work. We're just toggling this to true to false. So the last thing we need to do is we want to render this picker only when this state is true. So it's false at the beginning. Once we click the button, it becomes true, and then we want to render this component. So an easy way to do that is we can target our state, which we call hidden, and we can do end. And what this is going to do is going to check if hidden is true, and we want to render this component. So we can close that under the picker. So for example, if we set this to false, it's going to show the color picker because our state is false at the beginning. But we want this to be true if we want to show it. And now if you click open color picker, we got the picker here, changing the background of the whole app. We can close it. There's one more thing I want to add that we had originally. I want to change the text as well. So we can do that same way. We can use our state, which is true and false, once we click the button, so we can check based on that state. So if hidden, let's see, if hidden is true, we want to render some text, otherwise we want to render something else. So if hidden is true, that means our picker is open, so we want to say close color picker. And otherwise we want to say open color picker. So now if you click the button, it's going to say close color picker. We click back, it's going to say open color picker. And that would be it for this tutorial. I just want to show you something else. So they have plenty of these color pickers. If you scroll down till here, these are all of them they have. So if you want to use any of them, I'll also show you how you can do that, and it's also pretty simple. So you just pick one you like, for example, Chrome Picker. You replace it here inside this import, you just change it to that thing we just copied, and you change the sketch picker name to that same name. Everything else stays the same. The only thing you're copying is this name from here, from the picker you want to use. So if I open that, you can see that this is completely different than the last one. And if we change values here, it's also updating. We can change RGBA, HSLA, hex. And let's try one more just to make sure. So for example, GitHub picker, you copy this. Line 2 where we import it, you just replace Chrome picker with GitHub picker, and line 23 you replace the Chrome picker with that same thing. Now if we open it, we have this type of picker. So they have plenty of different pickers you guys can mess around with and find the one you like. I usually prefer the Chrome picker you used before this one. So this is probably my favorite one. But yeah, you guys can mess around and find the one you guys like using. They also have a lot of other things that you can mess with. So on the actual color picker, you can adjust the width, the height, direction. You can add the colors array. And for example, for this type of, let me see, what did we have before? It was, I think, what was it? So let me go back. I think it was GitHub picker, or was it? Let's try this. So for example, for this type of picker where it has these boxes of colors, you can use the thing I just showed you here. So you can pass colors, which is array of strings, and pick the colors you want to show here. So you can pick your own colors you want to show. And I'm pretty sure you can show as many as you want. I don't think there's a limit. Triangle, you can hide that. So this is the triangle they're speaking about. So you can either show or hide that. You can disable alpha, which is, for example, for Chrome picker, you have alpha thing, which you can disable completely. And there are plenty of other things you can mess with here. But yeah, that would be it for this tutorial. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope you learned something new today. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.